We begin this show with the newest NHL team valuations. Perfect time of year to do it, right? It's
absolutely
cold. We're thinking about hockey. And my guess is the team values have not gone down, correct?
No, Bob, you're absolutely right. We have that new $4.6 billion 12-year deal for the Canadian national rights that Rogers has signed with the NHL. Those payments begin this season, but we reflected that new deal in our values. The average team is now worth $490 million. That's up 18% versus last year.
So the TV deal is playing a big part of this. But for the top teams, how much does the in-arena experience and the selling of tickets and suites, et cetera, factor in?
It's huge in hockey, Bob. I mean, if you look at the top teams, they're the ones with the highest ticket prices, the highest suite and premium seating prices. They also have the highest attendance and the best local TV deals. And also, just to be parochial here, not that we're biased towards New York teams, but the playoffs matter a lot because you cover your player costs during a regular season. So the Rangers, for example, who went to the finals but lost to the Kings in 5, I know, that gave them an extra $20 million in operating profit last season.
You've always told us the further you go in any playoffs in any pro sport, right, the more you're going to make, the more your values go up.
Most important in hockey.
All right, so we've always talked in hockey about there's some haves and then a lot more have-nots. Has that changed at all?
Not that much. A third of the teams still lost money, mostly the warm weather teams, Tampa Bay, Florida, Carolina. But, you know, I think this coming season, because of the new collective bargaining agreement that's lowered player costs from 57% of revenue to 50%, when those new national TV money come in from Rogers this season, I think we're going to see some of those losses evaporate.
All right. Now, you've talked about the TV deal for Rogers kind of factoring in this year. Will there be any more effect on that next year for the value of these teams?
You know, it's going to be very interesting. There are a few teams up for sale. The Hurricanes owner is trying to raise money or perhaps sell the team entirely. He said he'd consider a value that maybe approach $400 million. That seems really rich. But you don't know. If people really believe that a third of the teams aren't going to lose money and you know, those profit margins, which expanded greatly last year. The average team had an operating profit of $15 million, 80% more than the previous year. If they see that filter down to those bottom teams, you may see people pay those kinds of prices. So valuations could increase considerably next year.
All right, final question. The collective bargaining agreement that the Players Association and the league worked out, has that helped the players, the team? Has it been beneficial for both?
Well, right now, I think what you're seeing is mostly the big market teams that sell, because there's still a lot of teams losing money. But I think when you start to see more TV money kick in, and that money from the national deal is allocated evenly across the board, I think that's going to help the low revenue teams.